The following is a presentation of TFNN. Nine before 9 with John Logan. 9 minutes on the stock markets before 9 a.m. every trading day. Call now, toll free, 877-927-6648, or internationally, 727-445-1044. Now, John Logan.
Hi guys, thanks for joining me this morning. Let's cover some bases here really quick. 9 minutes before 9. The S&Ps, we're going to take a look at these. Yesterday, kind of a mixed bag as far as getting up into the 2341 area that we spoke of. We overshot it a little bit. Here's the daily new profile attempting to appear here. So you're going to have some new inflection points, but I still stand by trying to bank trades against that 2341 on the short side. Here's the situation on the 240. So we've kind of got a new profile this 240 time frame here, 2334, 2335, bottom of the profile, but bouncing up into that 2341, the big important number on the weekly. I want to flash the scanner really quick. Here's where we're at as far as breadth calculations. We're pretty much, negative mixed bag, at least on the breadth controls when it comes to weekly and daily yesterday. But on the short term, we had talked about, doing nothing. I mean, I think the risk is to try to get long here. Yesterday, we talked about a migration up into some inflection points to try some shorts around 2341. Got a little bit higher than 2341 than what I wanted to see. But on the short-term 60-minute, we had crossed over yesterday morning. For short-term day traders, there was a reason to look at that contra trade north there, but overshot it yesterday, 2347, but kind of back down below that 2341 right now. We've had some reports come out this morning, and still think the market's going to kind of settle below this 2341, so I don't see that being a huge issue in trying to bank trades again on the short side. Taking a look at gold really quick. The dollar's coming seemingly back down into that 99.63. I'll tell you what, let's take a look at that first just to kind of give you a heads up here. The daily, we talked about trying to trade. Sometimes you got to get stopped out of trades and getting, sometimes it's better to short things lower than it is higher, getting a confirmation. So we got back down below 123, and now we're lurching down into that 99.63 area. So that's your short-term trade. I fully believe we're going to probably pierce this 99.63 and head lower on the dollar. Gold's not going to complain about that. So let's take a look at gold, and taking a look at the daily. You haven't had a lot of reasons to take the trade off on the long side on the gold on just the March forward from that 1156 and then again from that 1200 area until literally right now. So you've got a little bit of a harbinger of bad news for gold longs here. We've hit that 1300. We talked about waiting for some new information. That was the initial psychological target. So you're going to have some new inflection points to pay attention to. I don't see any reason whatsoever to really be in gold right now. We've hit our 1300 neighborhood targets. We've got some new inflection points popping up. That's the drill on gold right now. The 10-year, let's just hit that really quick. And amazingly so. I mean, we're seeming like we're going to hit this 126.23. We talked about waiting patiently, doing nothing with the treasuries as far as the 10-year goes until 126.23 would be hit. That would be, in my opinion, a chance to look at that from the short side. So that's the drill on the 10-year. A couple of stocks we want to look at here. United Airlines, of course, with all the awesome news that they have had to deal with. Not acting that badly. Here's the situation on United Airlines, and I think you've really just kind of gotten a chance. Look at that move up yesterday above that 70.49. Not a stock to be shorting right now. Not at all. Let's take a look at the Shanghai. We reached the targets to the tick we talked about on that march forward from 33.02 up into 35.21 last week and the week before. We've come off. So, if you've been trading the China A shares ETFs, that trade's over right now. You're just in a wait and see mode. I don't think you need to be doing anything with the China A shares ETFs right now. So here we go. Taking a look at copper. I told you I like this trade a lot. We actually kind of sold off here and started crossing the border 25.77. Not a good sign. I actually like this trade from the long side if we can get back above 2.5777. That's not the case right now. We did have a decent daily close above yesterday. We were reversing actually on a weaker dollar too, so not a good sign there on the copper trade. So let's take a look at silver. Coming down into some support here, 1831.32, bouncing up a little bit this morning off that support. And again, I think gold, you got to block out the short side and just kind of wait for new inflection points to appear. And silver, really, in that same block out the short side, let's go long only mode. I think you've got a chance to pick a battle here, but the super pick a battle is at 1814.15 if we get down to that area. Beans, again, we talked about this when you got a new weekly box appearing here, but on the daily, I think this is really important. We've kind of crossed the border again below 961. Again, it looks like 951.5 may be in order here. We talked about not being able to go long this and just being able to step on the short gas pedal again below 961. That's the case there. Trying to time my show here on the new clock here, so you got to bear with me here. XLF, let's take a look at the financials. We've had a pretty decent bounce yesterday, and today it looks like we're trading down just a little bit here, but the XLF, I don't think, with the weakness that is shown the weekly and daily, I don't think it's time to pick up any type of XLF shares until we get back above 2340 at least. Interesting how the XLF broke down technically, went back and retested, and we may be in for some more downside, but only daily closes above 2340. You could get excited about the XLF again. The VIX didn't really come down too much yesterday, just kind of came down to our weekly for highs at around 15 or 1463. That's where the VIX is at right now. Keep that in mind. You've got that 2341 on the S&P sitting there as resistance. The VIX has come down to support. We may move a little bit higher on the VIX, which would not bode well for the U.S. stock market. Guys, thanks for joining me this morning. And stay tuned for all the rest of the hosts on TFNN. Larry's going to be next. And, of course, stay tuned to Tom, David, Steve, Basil, and the rest of the crew on TFNN. Have a good day trading today, guys.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.